So we saw a story, we took a story very recently about the fact that youngsters were protesting against the EFCC. They were demanding the scrapping of EFCC. According to them, their grouse is that EFCC should focus on arresting politicians or the people who have stolen, looted Nigeria, not they who are engaged in internet fraud known as Yahoo Yahoo. And we are taking the story that their girlfriends were the one that started this protest when about 92 of them were arrested back in Delta State. We thought it was funny. But then, interestingly, the protest increased where young men came out the following day or 2 days after, had their own protest, and then we're told that even in Osun, another set of youngsters came out, young people, Nigerian youth came out to protest the same thing, asking for the scrapping of EFCC. What are your thoughts on this?
So there is no excuse for crime for whatever reason. However, he that goes to equity, he that goes to, how did they talk now? You be lawyer, will come with clean hands. Over the years, the EFCC has been, set to be partial in the way they do their things. They say that the EFCC will leave the people who are looting our treasury, our resources, money given to them to develop the community, and then go after young boys who are trying to just help their parents, help themselves, have a better life. And it also goes to show that people are watching. You cannot set a rule and do something else and expect people to go by that rule. If you need to set a rule, you must be ready to follow the rule so that you lead by example. Now, if you had been leading by example, nobody will have the guts to say, after all, you are not arresting politicians that are stealing money, because you know that crime is crime. And anybody, irrespective of who you are, where you are, if you are caught, you'll be arrested. We hear cases of pardon, people who have stolen money being pardoned. And these young men are watching, and they're looking, and they're saying to themselves, why is it me that they will come for? Am I taking government money? Am I defrauding government? No. I'm looking for Oyibo people to defraud. It doesn't concern government. They should follow the people who are taking the resources meant to be used for us. If these resources were deployed to be used for us, we will not have any reason to go stealing. That's the mindset that I see in this. That does not excuse the crime that is being committed. I had to just put it out there. I stand strongly against that crime. That's one. Secondly, the manner, too, that the EFCC used to arrest these people. When it's the big men, they will invite them to the office. They will have conversations. They will go back and forth, before finally they now convict, which at the end of the year, after many years, one president will now come and give one pardon, something like that. But with these young men, we've seen cases where people have been clamoring. They were in hotels, and innocent citizens in hotels, and EFCC just barges in. Barges into the hotel, people are naked, and because they heard there's one Yahoo Yahoo, or there are some Yahoo Yahoo people in this place. The manner, so the approach for the two parties are a bit different.
I think that the EFCC's methods have been compromised, sort of. So because they're selective in the kind of investigations that they carry out now. I have a petition 2 years old with the EFCC, and they keep saying tomorrow they will arrest. So I know that, they are compromised and they're selective in their methods. But this youth, these people who are saying, just get off our backs, are admitting that they're criminal inclined, that they're doing crime. They're saying, but our own crime is hunger crime. We're doing it because we don't know better. But, the people that are stealing from us, that's who the people you should go after. I think the EFCC should continue to raid spots like that, or find better methods that are, more acceptable. I don't want to control how it is done. I think whatever is conforms to the fundamental human rights is okay. But then they should make sure that this kind of crime that puts the entire national image of the country to question should be stopped.
When the purpose of a thing is not known, abuse is inevitable. So it's important for us to know the purpose of EFCC. And because they have a very, very, a twin agency, I also checked for ICPC. So the ICPC targets corruption in public sector especially bribery, gratification, graft, and abuse or misuse of office. The EFCC investigates people in all sectors who appear to be living above their means and is empowered to investigate and prosecute money laundering and other financial crime. So if we are talking about corrupt politicians or corrupt leaders or misuse or abuse of funds, who we should be holding accountable for that more than any other agency is the ICPC. That is the core of their own assignment. The EFCC covers all financial crimes. And while I was checking, I noticed that 80% of EFCC convictions actually are cybercrime related. You need to take the low-hanging fruit. You need to motivate yourself with something. I see the EFCC also, it helps with our international relations. We don't understand, the young people don't understand the impact of the small crime they think they're committing inside those rooms on the way everybody sees Nigeria. The entire world looks at Nigeria like the den of where, you know, anything that, once you send a mail that my company is in Nigeria, every investor looks at you and wonders if you are going to scam them, if you are legitimate. And that's not because of anything I did. It's because a group of young people have become such amazing experts at cooking up stories, creating fictitious company, and defrauding people.